If you've plateaued with your training, this flowchart that I'm about to show you will help. It's a summary of the guidelines that my co-author Eric and I put together for the latest edition of the Muscle and Strength Pyramid training book. Now tell me if any of this sounds familiar. When you started training, you were able to add weight each session. You got bigger, you got stronger, life was glorious, but then eventually you stalled. You trained a little harder, aided perhaps by some banging tunes and maybe a sick pre-workout supplement that had quite too much caffeine in it. Now you progressed for a little longer, but then again, you stalled. Not knowing what to do, you kept adding weight anyway, despite your reps and your form gradually slipping. And then one day, inevitably, you got injured. Now this was frustrating and you lost motivation. And instead of staying in the gym and working around it as best you could, you decided to take a week off that turned into a 6-week break. Now at some point you started to feel small, and so you headed back into the gym with more attention paid to your form. You progress past the previous plateau, but then you stall again. You're tempted now to try to jump to another training program, but you've tried that before and it didn't work. You're looking for something more structured and foolproof because you're sick of second guessing yourself. If this is you, then welcome. This is a checklist and troubleshooting flowchart that we've used to help thousands of clients get unstuck and break through plateaus. It works just as well for busy working dads as it does our bodybuilding clients. Now, we're going to start with the most important things first, and it may be that by fixing just one of those things, it's going to help you break this plateau. However, I recommend that you stay around till the end, as you may find some low-hanging fruit in here. All right, let's get into it. Have you been training consistently? Now, this may sound obvious, but if you've got a 4-day program and when you look back at your training log, you have only been averaging 2.5 days a week, then the issue isn't your program, it's your adherence, and you need to work on that. The second thing to check, have you been using a progression system, or have you simply been trying to increase the loads that you do each session? You can't expect to increase loads linearly forever. You need to use other progression methods. Now, there are many ways of going about this, but in our book, we recommend the auto-regulated double progression method as part of our hypertrophy progression system. Now, double progression, it simply means to do more reps before then increasing the load. And the auto-regulation part means that we have a rule for how close we train to failure, and we have reactive deloads. Both of these things help manage fatigue, and they avoid plateaus, burnout, and injury. I'll put a link to my video on that in the description. The next thing to check is, are you actually plateaued? Now, this is the first step of the flowchart that you'll see in the book. Now, the reason that we want to ask this is because it may be that your expectations of progress are simply unrealistic for your level of training advancement. Now, a novice, they will be able to add load and or reps each time a lift is repeated. Now, this phase can last for years, but it may be as short as 6 months. An intermediate lifter's progress will slow, and you might be able to add reps in the, say, 10 to 20 rep range from week to week, or add load in the lower rep ranges month to month. And with appropriate training, most reach a stage by the end of year 1, but many, they remain here through years 4 and 5, and many never getting past it. And for an advanced trainee, the gains are much slower. So if your strength is progressing as what we would expect for your training age, then you just need to be patient. But if it's not, then the rest of this flowchart will help determine if the issue is recovery related, such as low sleep quality, poor nutrition, or excess life stress, or whether it's training related, such as insufficient volume, poor exercise selection, or inadequate overload. Let's get into it. So the first question to ask, are you sleeping 7+ hours a night? If you aren't, that might be your issue. And yes, you may be waving your hands in the air right now. Impossible, I have kids. Okay, I get it. But that doesn't change this fact. Try to sleep more. If you're currently sleeping just 6 hours, then even getting another half an hour may make a difference. Try that and see how you do. Are you eating enough? Yes, it's possible to make progress while in a calorie deficit. However, the more training experience you have and the leaner that we get, the harder it becomes. So if your progress has stopped and you're not in a calorie surplus, i.e. steadily gaining weight, then this is your solution. You need to eat more. Now, it doesn't have to be extreme. a 200 to 300 calorie surplus each day will help you gain 2 pounds per month, or roughly a kilogram. And that will be sufficient to help drive progress. And it will also be at a level where it helps you minimize fat gain. Are you eating enough protein? Now, protein needs are lower when bulking than when cutting, but it's still important to get enough. If you're not getting at least 0.7 grams per pound of body weight, which is 1.6 grams per kilo, then you need to aim to eat more. Are you training appropriately close to failure? Now, your sets need to be hard enough to have a muscle building effect. If you're training too far away from failure, then this is likely your issue. Now, most programs will have guidelines for this, reps in reserve or RPE numbers, but if not, as a general rule, try to train within 3 reps shy of failure. On the flip side, if you've been taking all of your sets to failure, then that might be the issue. So try stopping a rep or 2 shy of failure, and you might recover and grow better as a result. Are you training each body part or lift frequently enough? You want to aim to hit each muscle group if you're a bodybuilder, or lift if you're a powerlifter, at least twice per week. If not, consider adjusting your program to do that. I've got our free programs linked in the description if you'd like to see examples, or just use them. Is your training technique good enough? So if you want training with good form, and this includes range of motion and lifting with a controlled tempo, then you might be cheating yourself out of progress. So that's definitely something to look at. So if you got caught up in any of those things that I just mentioned, run another mesocycle, which means a training block, and see if that fixes your plateau. So that's typically 4 to 6 weeks of training. Now, if you have taken care of all of those, then we need to consider whether we have a recovery issue. Questions to ask yourself. Are you dreading the gym? Is sleep quality worse than normal? Are the loads or reps decreasing? Is life stress worse than normal? Are the aches and pains worse than normal? If you can answer yes to 2 or more of those questions, then you are likely not recovering. Temporarily reduce volume by taking a light week, also known as a deload. This can be as simple as reducing the number of sets that you perform by 1 and holding everything else stable. And if that improves your performance, perfect. But if you still fatigue quickly, that means you simply need to do less volume overall. So try decreasing the number of sets that you do by roughly 20% across the board. So if you are doing 15 sets for a muscle group or movement, you go down to 12. Then see if you can progress more consistently from there. Naturally, if recovering from one single day seems to be an issue, then you could try organizing your training volume differently across the week to see if that helps. And lastly, if you are recovering, then you have passed all of the checks in this flowchart, and it's time to increase your training volume, because that is the solution to your plateau. Try bumping it up by 20%. This increase can be global, so that means across all muscle groups or lifts if you're plateaued on all of your lifts, or it could be targeted if only specific movements are stalling. And finally, when increasing volume, consider adjusting your frequency to distribute the added workload better. For example, adding an extra training day can help prevent any single session from becoming too demanding. All right, that's our foolproof method for breaking training plateaus. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Links to our free programs are in the description. And if you'd like help, we offer one-on-one coaching. I've popped a link for that in the description also, and I'd love to see how my team and I can help you. Thank you.